Back with Bobby and JJ Radio. We have another repeat offender, Mr. Mitch Lincoln. He's actually married to one of our favorite people on earth, past client of mine, Miss Sharito Lincoln. And you have your daughter's in college?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember
Time
when
flies.
she was young. Your compliance for a financial services company, and you volunteer and trainer and race director for Segs4Vets, which are Segways
Yes.
that are given to veterans.
Yes, not to get that confused with something else that rhymes.
Segs
as in
Segs
segways for
for
vets.
Just
S-E-G-S.
The G is very hard.
So tell us
Pronunciate the G.
When did it get started?
So it was founded in 2005, actually in St. Louis, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
The goal of the organization is to provide mobility devices to military men and women who have been severely injured, who have served in Iraq and Afghanistan. They recently opened it up even further to those people that have served, to servicemen who have served prior to 9/11 that have permanent mobility issues. So they'll also award Segways and what they call alley chairs, which are a modified, a seated version of a Segway for those people with high leg amputations who have severe issues with mobility.
So you raise money to get these machines, right?
Yes. So 100% of the proceeds for the 5K, as well as just overall donations to the organization, go directly to the organization to provide Segways.
And how many people have we helped so far?
Over the course of 10 years, they've awarded over 1,600 Segways to date.
Do you have an extra one?
I do have one to train with that I could probably bring around sometime, and I could show you guys the ropes. So, yeah.
Why? What do you care if he has the next one, Bobby?
I wanted an extra one.
Oh, you just think they're just lying around?
Yeah, if you have an extra one.
Yeah, they're not like, spare tires or anything, but, if you come out to the event, I'll show you how to ride one. Give you a good 10, 15 minute.
I think I can do that.
Yeah.
There you go. How many veterans are you going to train, or do you train in the month of November?
Yes, so the organization, like I said, they're based in St. Louis, Missouri, but they have a big event here every November around the Veterans Day weekend.
Sure.
And we average up to about 30 new recipients each year. So the actual training events will start on November 14th. We'll train them November 14th and the 15th, and we'll actually have the presentation of the Segways November 16th in front of the Alamo. So they have a lot of distinguished guests. It's free to the public. They can come out there and see them. And they also have Medal of Honor recipient Colonel Barney Barnum will actually be in attendance as well, so you can come by and say hi to him.
Cool.
So if a veteran did need help, how can he apply for assistance?
Yes, he can go out to Segs4Vets, S-E-G-S, for vets.org. And there's an application for post 9/11 for those that have who served Iraq and Afghanistan, or pre 9/11. So you just fill out the information. It'll get submitted to your organization. The organization will run it through what they call their warrior board, who helps filter out the individuals to determine if they are needy. And then they'll get approved, and we will typically be notified, my wife and myself, and we'll set up a training to set them up. Or if they're eligible and the timing is right, we can set them up to come down in November.
How did you and Sharito really get into this?
So Sharito works a lot with nonprofits in the city just due to her job. And she really, in attending different dinners and functions, she fell in love with this organization just because it's primarily a volunteer organization. I think they have total of 3 paid staff at the organization. And they get audited, and I think the number said something like 93 cents of every dollar that is donated goes directly to benefit the vets. So it's a strong reputational organization, especially with some of the news that you've seen with other wounded projects, organizations, and the monies that are maybe not going to where they are intended to do. This is a very reputable company, and we just felt the need to do more for our military veterans, working with Project Phoenix and some of the other organizations that are here in town. We said, hey, what can we do more? So we learned to become trainers, and now we are trainers to help the recipients on how to...
Can you tell us about some of your latest recipients?
Yeah. I actually trained an individual by the name of Lou Ori early part of this year, and what I found fascinating with him is that he had some lower back issues, and he has a really hard time just getting out of the house. So it usually takes about an hour to 2 hours to get a guy comfortable with getting on, getting off, navigating up and down hills, curbs, etc., on a Segway. And we had a golf outing the following day, and what amazed me was that the golf outing started off like middle of the day, and then a lot of us went home or went back to the hotel to rest. He stayed out the whole day on the Segway, and we came back, and his wife was on the bus back ride back with us. And she was like, yeah, he's still out there. And he just had a huge smile on his face because he said, this is the most I've been outside in years.
Wow.
Because I can't get off the couch. I can't
Yeah.
get out. So they were talking about how they're planning to go on bike rides. She has a bike that she hasn't been able to use, but now he can go out there and go with her to the park and do things like that. So.
Quick segue, pun intended. So when is your upcoming 5K happening?
Yes, our 5K that's helped to raise money for the organization is on Sunday, November 13th. It's Veterans Day weekend at Freetail Brewery in Southtown, off of South Preston.
By where we're going to live.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
right down the
out
street.
in Southtown.
Yeah, so that's Pressa, south of Carolina, right past the railroad tracks.
Yes, right past the railroad tracks, a big Freetail Brewery. It's a warehouse-looking building, but the event will start and stop there. The 5K will go along the Mission Reach area, and 100% of the proceeds, like I said, will go directly to benefit the organization. We will have an actual Segway division. We'll actually allow recipients to ride.
These Segways are costly, right?
Yes, the average cost for a assessment training of a recipient costs around $9,000 to $10,000, and then for a alley chair, that's $12,000 to $15,000 on average. So
you would love to get some donations.
yes, love to have donations, sponsorships, and we'd love to have people out there just showing their support. We'll have a number of other military organizations out there just to help connect the dots with the military community, connect these individuals.
For more information, go to segs4vets.ngo/donate to give some money or go out November 13th, Freetail Tap Room, Pressa, and show your support.